What do you think xenophobia is?
We think it has something to do like with pigment, like the fear of maybe getting darker or something like that.
It's a very good guess. It's having fear of someone outside of your own country. So kind of close. A little bit.
Not at all.
Why do you think people dislike or fear people outside of this country?
Well, you have things that happen such as like 9/11 where you have like Arabic people crashing planes and stuff, and I feel like maybe that has a lot to do with stereotyping with different cultures.
Definitely.
That might be.
Okay, this question's for you. How prevalent do you think xenophobia is among your peers or among people in this country, and why?
I definitely think that it's very prevalent, but I think people know how to there's like implicit and explicit. So there's some people who are just outright like stereotyping people, where there are other people like if you see someone on the bus and you're just like, but you don't like outwardly go and express your feelings about them.
And how would you feel if someone was flying like a non-American flag outside of their house?
A non-American flag. Honestly, I would just think they had pride in their own culture. I wouldn't exactly think that it had anything to do with not liking being in America or anything. It's just a lot of people like to show their own pride, about where they come from, keep their culture going. So.
Thanks, guys.
What do you think xenophobia is?
Xenophobia? Oh, the fear of sleeping?
No, it's actually the irrational fear of people from other countries.
Okay.
Okay, and why do you think people dislike or fear people outside of this country?
They're scared of the unknown.
And how prevalent do you think xenophobia is among your peers and other people in this country?
I would think it's more prevalent than most people would think.
How would you feel about someone hanging a non-American flag outside of their house?
Like a different country's flag?
Yeah.
I don't care.
What do you think xenophobia is?
Xenophobia. I do not remember. Fear of foreigners. Forget. I do not know.
No, that's
Is that
close. It's a fear of people outside of the country.
it? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought it was.
Yep. Okay. Why do you think people dislike or fear people outside of this country?
Ignorance. I feel they don't know enough about them.
How prevalent do you think xenophobia is among your peers and among people in this country?
I think it's more common than I first perceived, because since traveling I've realized that I am more exposed than many, and people should really expand their horizons.
And last question, how would you feel about someone flying a non-American flag outside their house in America?
Awesome. That's great.
Number one, what do you think xenophobia is?
I do not know what xenophobia is, so I'm not going to guess.
Okay, well basically what xenophobia is like an intense dislike towards people from other countries.
Alright.
So question number two, why do you think people dislike or fear people outside of this country?
Most likely because they have different cultures and values and ideas. So like when they bring them to our country or any other country, they may have like a mixed interpretation of how they view stuff compared to others.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. Question number three, how prevalent do you think xenophobia is among your peers?
I don't think it's very prevalent among my peers because I know like I'm friends with a ton of different people that have different values and like ideas, so I haven't seen it really impact me.
Do you have any idea what xenophobia is?
Not at all.
Okay, well xenophobia is the intense fear of someone outside of the country. So that leads me to my next question. Why do you think people dislike or fear people from outside of the country?
A lot of it could be disease. A lot of other countries have a lot of diseases that we don't have here.
That's true, that's very true. How prevalent do you think xenophobia is amongst your peers and people from like this country?
I think in the country it's pretty big. I don't think it's that big here because there is so many people from out of the country here.
It's true, yeah. So do you know anyone like firsthand like would have like xenophobia? No, they don't. And then how would you feel about someone hanging a non-American flag